I really want us to sing the song. And I think this is what I'm thinking.
Do I know the song is the question.
This is the intro. You're gonna sing, you sing the song, and I do the dance.
You mean the James Cromwell dance where he like kicks up his feet? I don't know the song. This is gonna be you, or are you gonna play the song?
No, I'm just gonna get ready to dance. You just sing what you think it is.
I don't know what it is.
Just hurry. I thought, okay, well that didn't work very well.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
So, all right, welcome, people. Welcome back. I hope you're all back, all two of you. We keep referencing two, but I'm not sure I know who those two are. Do you?
When you say we, you mean you.
Oh, it's me. Yes. For sure. So, we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. So I am Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And Bridget, yes. Just us. We do have another sister, though.
We should include her. We're so rude.
I kind of feel bad. I live with her. And
yeah,
I keep
we're
talking
rude.
to her about
it's sisters. We're sisters, all three of us. And Danielle.
Okay.
We're so rude.
Yes. Danielle, I think, would be really funny on something like this. Because I think she would just get really angry about something random.
I don't know if she'd watch the movies, though. You know? Because, like, we grew up together seeing movies. We don't know if that's how her family was.
Yeah, exactly. And even just thinking with Mary, I think a lot of the movies she hasn't seen. She's never seen Almost Famous.
Oh.
I know. I told her she should watch it. So.
Should we introduce this week's movie?
Yes. Okay. This was the best pick you could have done. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't thinking you were going this way. I didn't think it was gonna be a family friendly. I don't know, but it was, and it made my heart sore.
Sore?
It made it sore. This week, our movie is Babe.
So we have opposite movie tastes, right? So I'm picking what I know you'll love. You're picking what you know I'll love. Therefore, I don't remember most of the movie because you love it.
You cannot tell me that this movie did not touch your heart and change you forever. Oh, boy.
It was good, but there's a lot of holes. And I'm going to talk about it because I got notes. There's a lot of holes.
Okay. I'm pretty excited to get into it because I actually feel like the last episode you spoke, obviously, there was a lot of good stuff to talk about, and I feel like I was kind of pooping on it at some parts. So this could be the opposite. So that'll be very interesting to see how that goes. So this movie came out early 90s, 1995.
95. And the outfits showed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they're on a farm, so what can you do? You're a little stuck with the
But even there was a scene, they went to a carnival, and then there was another scene where they were at that big kind of the dog shepherding show, and it was like 90, like it made me think of the Little Flower Prince and kind of what like Forever 21 is, but they just made it a crop top in like 2020.
Oh, and like farmer caps?
No, just like everything was like small flower prints and just awful colors, and just the 90s fashion was like horrible.
See, you say that, and again, me being a different age than you, I think of like, oh my God, what a time to be alive. Granted, I was 4 when this movie came out, but Man, oh man. Also, I go to a lot of 90s nights at the local Asbury Park bars, so that could also be part of it. But
yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we what are we doing?
Tell me about the movie. Give me the synopsis.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to I'll summarize it first. You summarized it last time. I will summarize this movie. So, I'm not going to look at my notes either. All right. So this movie is about a pig named Babe. Well, no, that is his name. The people don't call him that, though. The people actually never name him, which is kind of weird, but it's fine. So little Babe, he's a little piglet, and he gets taken away from his mom. So now he somehow ends up at a fair, ends up getting connected with this homey little farm couple. And they're older. They're like grandparents. And the farmer is very stoic. And he doesn't really talk much. But he's got a lot of animals. It's animal farm. We're not... No corn. None of that. We got animals. So there's sheep and chickens and blah blah, but he's never had a pig, so this is his first pig. And so basically Babe gets to the farm and he's trying to figure out where he fits in, and he very quickly hooks up with the one sheepdog who is the mom sheepdog. Her name is Fly. And she's nice to him because he's kind of sad and whatever. So he ends up kind of connecting with her, and then he starts meeting more of the animals, and he starts to learn that there's this social hierarchy in the animal farm. Pardon the reference, but like, dang, this movie did it better in my opinion. Anyway, we'll get to that. But so through it, he kind of befriends. He's very kind. He's very accepting, but he's kind of fighting against the prejudice. And there's a lot of it. And then at some point, he's like, what's my purpose? Pigs don't have a purpose. Everyone keeps telling him that. And then he figures out that he can do really well herding the sheep because he's nice to them and they like him. So then the farmer kind of realizes like, oh, wow, this pig is, it's like herding a sheep. That's crazy. And then the farmer kind of, wants to have him compete. And the whole climax at the end is really watching to see what happens with that. But it's just so wholesome, man. Just really gave me the feels. So yeah, that's my summary. I don't know. Would you summarize it differently?
Well, it's funny. I can tell by how much you love the movie how long you made that description. Because the way that I would summarize the movie would say, there's a little pig that gets thrown at a farm and just wants to fit in, so just gets into some wacky stuff, finds, a way to fit in, and is just really sweet and is trying to just, figure out how to live in a harsh world for a pig, and overcomes those challenges gracefully. And it also is subliminally a movie about veganism.
Oh, okay.
That's my synopsis. So, but I can tell by the long, detailed description how much you love it.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Again, we typically, especially here, have been gravitating towards movies from when we were growing up, whether it was like we were super young or it came out I would say at least like 10 years plus ago, right? And this
95 movie, yeah.
No, I mean just in general, just like the span of kind of where we're reaching for. But this movie I actually didn't watch a lot when I was a kid. And I think it's because it really did make me cry. And obviously as a kid you don't want to cry. I mean, not that I want to cry as an adult, but I think as an adult you appreciate the messages a little bit more. But hey, we had this movie, I remember it, and yeah, I don't think I watched it too much.
So then when I suggested it, you're like, this is the best movie ever. Did you just rewatch it later in life?
Because when I was older, I would say maybe like even after college. I remember watching it and being like, this is awesome.
This makes
is so good.
So much more sense. Because I saw it. See, this goes back to Almost Famous being a teenage movie. I think Babe is an adult movie.
Oh my God. No, but seriously.
It's an adult because as a kid, I was bored. I mean, I was kind of bored again, but I got, because I'll like the fleeting storylines annoyed me, but I could see it being an adult movie.
Yeah. I mean, there's serious prejudice and you could argue racist undertones in this that I don't think a little kid would get necessarily. I mean, I think most kids get the idea of you should accept others for who they are and be open-minded, be kind. But, you know, this movie, it really did it in a different way, in my opinion.
It did. And it did it in a way that, like, first of all, can we talk about how this was a little ahead of its time? In 1995, there wasn't, like, celebrities saying, here's my cute pig pet. And I feel like fast forward a couple 10, 15 years and you just see rich people being like, I have a pig. I feel like the Kardashians had a pig.
Yeah.
So I didn't. What the heck is that about? Like nobody cared about pigs back in the day. And nobody cared about veganism and like all that. And now people care.
Yeah. Actually, the guy who plays a farmer, James Cromwell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. He's a national treasure. We love him.
He's like a crazy animal activist.
Yeah.
Yes. And is very proud of this movie.
He became, yes, because of the movie. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this also, 7 Academy Awards nominated, and it won, I think, for the animatronic stuff, which, by the way, held up. I will give it that.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Still does, man. Like, forget all that CGI. This movie did it right.
Let me ask you a fun fact. How long do you think this movie took to get made?
Oh.
This is going to blow your mind.
I don't know. 3 years.
7 years.
Why? Why?
Because
too many animals to train.
The animals, it was like a combination of real animals and kind of those like, it had like a Jim Henson creative shop that was a part of it. It wasn't like Jim Henson himself, but it was like that level of puppeteer, animatronic, and it just took forever. You should look it up. That stuff blew my mind. I still feel like movies today could actually do better, or do worse than this movie did.
The effects were so good that there were parts where when they did use a puppet, I wrote notes being like, why is this a puppet? Like, I was offended. They weren't using the very good editing that they had done because it was so good.
So I'm going
90s, man.
I'm telling you. Can we talk about the elephant in the room, which I'd also like to call the mice in the room? What the frick was up with every scene being 3 mice introducing it and, like, giving you these little storylines? I forgot about that entire part. And I just...
Why did you not like that?
I just felt like it was so... I guess because it was designed for a kid and we're adults, it felt so unnecessary to me. Like, this is a sad story. And then they, like, did a sad story. They're like, tomorrow's a tragic day. You're like, okay, we get it, mice. My God, let me just watch the movie.
Wait, but, okay, do you know what the story is from?
3 Blind Mice? Question mark? Don't know.
No! That would be... What a Shyamalan twist that would be. Holy moly. Can you imagine? That'd be crazy. Nope, sure not. This movie was based off of a book.
Oh.
Which makes more sense if you know that because those transitions are like the chapters. And I made a note where the writing, even just like the narration, it was so... I would go, the narration is so well written. Question mark. Is this from a book? Question mark.
Wow, look at you.
Was. Just because, again, it's exactly like you said. It's a kid's movie, so you're kind of like, why are you trying so hard? Chill out, everybody. This is rated G. Nothing's rated G anymore.
Nothing is rated G. Do you think this would still get a G rating today?
Actually, I was thinking about that because the one scene, I don't know why I'm laughing, because it was sad. I'm uncomfortable. The scene where Ma, the sheep, is murdered. Like,
yeah, man.
She's murdered. It's not like she dies of old age. She's murdered. That's a little graphic. And they do a weird close-up on her face, and her tongue is hanging out.
Yeah, man.
And do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Holy
and then they had the audacity to blame that on Babe. This little mini pig, thinking that it's going to jump into a sheep and rip its throat out. Again, storyline I didn't believe. I have to tell you.
I gotta tell you. All right, Farmer Katie's coming out of the barn.
You were okay.
Because people don't forget that I have a minor in animal science.
No one knows. How do they forget?
They never forgot. They always remembered. And so, you know, a lot of the stuff that I see in this movie, I'm kind of like, this is not real. It's fine. First of all, you would not have a piglet running around the farm wherever it wanted. You know how much poop there would be?
Ew.
You'd be stepping in poop every 2 steps. Also, y'all can't have a horse and a cow walking around wherever they want. They just appear
outside the window. Pen. That cow hung outside that window the entire movie.
Like, why are the sheep the only ones in the pen? I don't get it. But what I was going to say with that scene and that part that you were talking about is sheep in general, they're crazy.
Oh.
Like,
they are.
They can beat you up if they wanted to.
They
don't want to. They're very skittish usually. I mean, unless they're very, like, conditioned to be around people and whatever. Most farm animals, like sheep or even cows, they're going to stay away from people. They're going to try to get away from people or get away from weird things. But, like, they can kick you. They can...
Oh, really?
They could... Yeah.
So it's a kick.
So I was a teaching assistant for a class in college. That was the intro animal science lab. And I always volunteered to be the TA for the sheep lab because the thing that the freshmen had to do was we would be like, all right, guys, here's our sheep barn. Here's the sheep. We'll talk about sheep for like 5 minutes. Okay, get in those pens and catch those sheep. And you have to trim their hooves. And that's what they had to do. They had to jump into the pen, try to catch these 200-pound sheep, and then try to clip their hooves, which are basically like giant toenails.
Ew!
So, yeah.
Sounds horrifying.
It was, but it was really funny in my position because...
Wow.
I just got to watch.
You know, the whole movie was about not bullying people, and here you are, bullying people with your
is
animal
it bullying,
sign.
Or is it initiation to farm life?
I don't... Okay, so can I tell you... So when I was watching this movie, I'll say James, because this podcast will be confusing if I say the word Mose. My husband, James.
Oh, see, I thought you were talking about James Cromwell, but go on.
Oh, geez. See, even worse.
Too many James.
My husband, James, watched this with me, and he is from middle of nowhere, Illinois, in farm country. And his one and only quote about this film... Oh, do we have a special guest? Would you like to have a special guest?
Oh, my God. Yes, the listeners
special
want to hear
guest. Come in. Let's clap for the special guest. Hey!
Get him in here. Get him in here. Let me see.
Hey!
Thank you.
Hi. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
Oh, can't see your face, but you sound great. There. Oh, Mose, look at that beard.
COVID beard.
Whoa.
COVID beard.
Are you auditioning for Castaway?
So I was just talking about how you're from middle of nowhere, Illinois. Kind of a farm, but not really. Please tell Katie you're a very annoyed aspect of this film.
Yes, and castaway beard and hair.
It's great.
Very annoyed. Was watching the film, and it's just, you know, they build it up as they're on this very bucolic farm, you know.
Yeah.
And James Cromwell drives this old pickup truck. And, you know, you kind of get this vibe and the way he's dressed and the way his wife is dressed. Oh, this is like 1950s America. You know, it's like a Norman Rockwell painting that's come to life. And it's just, oh, cool. This is kind of a neat little aspect of it. And then his kids, his in-laws, and his grandkids show up, and they're in a mid-90s Toyota Previa, and they bring a fax machine, and it just kind of, I thought that was such a unique piece of the movie, and then they leave, and then it's like back to the 1950s, and it's jarring.
Why can't they live in the 1950s by themselves?
So by the way, he knows so much more about cars, so he tells me this, and I was like, huh?
You mean the minivan?
I don't even see that part. But you liked the movie.
I thought it was good. I thought it was, there were like weird, plot points that kind of went nowhere.
Bridget said that too. I would like to hear more about that because I can't think of a part where it went nowhere.
Okay, how about the dollhouse scene where they're painting this dollhouse? It's this, babe's not allowed in the house, and with the yarn, his hoof gets stuck on the yarn, and the cat, they fight, and the dollhouse is ruined, right?
It's not ruined, though.
Okay, the paint went everywhere.
Yes.
All right, well, okay. So you got the dollhouse there. Then all of a sudden you go to the little grandkids, where they give her the dollhouse. And then she just like a super snob. It's not the color or the type she wanted. What was the point of that scene and the dollhouse?
Oh, it's very simple. It's to show that grandkids are brats.
But there's no
I'm just kidding. So this is how I took it. Kind of to Moses' point. I think it was supposed to show the kindness of the grandpa, because he didn't go and just buy her a gift. That's so easy to do. But instead, he's like, I'm going to work on something. I'm going to make something for her because I care about her. So I'm going to spend time. I'm going to try to craft something for her. That's what I got out of it. I thought it was just showing like he's a caring guy and he's a hardworking guy. So that's just how he goes about life.
A little bit of a stretch.
But it could have shown it, you're right, it could have shown that exact thing, though, had the grandchild loved the dollhouse, or...
But, like, her being a brat, I think, goes to show that he's kind of like, oh, children suck. Good thing we live on a farm in the 50s, am I right?
Okay, but how about this? So, the big, infamous competition, right?
Yeah.
Was there past competitions he was in?
Yeah.
Okay, but was that with Rex? And then Rex couldn't do it because of the hearing. Okay, but it seems weird to me that it's this humble farmer, and he wants to be the number one sheep herder for a pig. Like, it just seems like, why is this farmer who is just kind of, to your point earlier, stoic and just doing his thing on the farm, need to get all this attention with a contest with a pig?
Jeez. See, I didn't take it that way either. I took it as he wasn't doing it for him. He was doing it for the pig.
Oh.
Because it gave the pig a purpose. And the whole movie, the animals and even the wife, they're all questioning the pig's purpose. And they're like making fun of it. Like, haha, it's acting like a dog. And the guy's like, well, so what? What's the problem? Like, he's nice.
But she wanted to eat the pig the whole time.
She did, and then there was a scene, I made a note of it, where the farmer kind of plants a seed in the wife's head, where he's kind of like, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should wait. And he kind of is like, pigs can get fatter. I don't know. They could win a prize or whatever.
No, he wants to fatten up the pig to be eaten in a year.
I don't think he really wanted that, though. I took that as he's saying that to trick the wife, when in reality, he's like, we're not going to do that. That's stupid.
Well, she was a little much. Am I right?
Yo, wait, so she... the one scene where they get the alarm clock, I need to I'm going to read you my notes. Okay, are you ready? Okay, here they go. I wrote in text speech because I was typing by myself. LMAO at the wife using an alarm clock to wake up and then doing a monologue, because that's literally what she does. She wakes up and then in a second she begins spewing out words that last for over a minute. And it's before 5 a.m. and they're going to church. And then they bring their dog to church. Who brings a dog to church? Who's the dog going to go to church?
She just was really excited to eat pork the whole movie. And I thought, my God, pork or duck? I was like, is it supposed to be like women are evil and they just want to eat meat and this movie's about protecting pigs?
What? No.
Oh, I lost James. He walked out of the room.
He didn't like that. He didn't like that comment.
But think about it, right? Like, why did she have to be the, like, somewhat evil character? It just felt strange. Okay, and then here's another plot line that I thought was bizarre.
Okay.
We both agreed that there was no way Babe would have killed the sheep, right? But there's a scene of him being like, that's it, pig. It was you. And he has a noose around the pig's neck and a shotgun to the face to blow the pig's head off. What? Like, are you the nice farmer protecting the pig? Or are you just like, what are you? It was just like, I'm so confused by the unnecessary arc and fear with that.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that part was a little out of nowhere, and I get it was, maybe a breaking point, but yeah, there definitely could have been more build up to it.
What were your thoughts on the sheepdogs and the actual sheep and how they both thought the other was stupid? What did you think of all that?
So I had a lot of thoughts because again, I just kept, there were kind of two main themes that I kept thinking of. First being the more obvious one, being like, that's very much a comparison to Prejudice, but not just Prejudice, implicit bias in a sense, because all the animals are like, yeah, this is what they are. Everybody knows that. When in reality, there's not like a lot of evidence for these thoughts or this mindset, and it's on all sides. But it came up a lot, even in the language. There was one part where Rex, the sheepdog guy, the mayor of the barn, whatever, he says you should, or he should accept what he is and be thankful for it. So it's kind of saying like, you're lower, you were born that way, just accept it. Why are you trying to break the status quo? And again, it made me think of Prejudice, where, years ago, it was, oh, well, why you can't go to school, you're this race, or you're a woman, so you should just accept who you are. Stop trying to be who you're not. And so that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of what I thought with it.
And you're right, the duck that wants to be a rooster because the duck thinks it's going to get eaten, so it's, trying to have a reason to not be killed.
Yep.
Which, again, rated G. A lot of dark stuff.
Pretty sad. Yep. And then they murder his duck friend. So that was...
What was her name? That poor woman.
Rosanna.
I knew you'd know that name.
I wrote it down.
Oh my God. And just the, I don't know. It was just... And how about the fact that with the dog... So again, the farmer...
Yeah.
He's this nice farmer and he respects his animals. But then he, up and sells all the puppies. And so you just have to watch the mom and dad say goodbye to their puppies. And he's like, thanks for the money. Like, what are these people? Do they love animals? Do they just think that animals are nothing? All of a sudden he's taking Babe to competitions for Babe. It's like, make up your mind, movie.
I don't know. I see that point. But that is a not as harsh reality, at least, compared to the other stuff, Because, if you're going to have two dogs who are breeding, I would say 99% of the time, it's not for you to keep the puppies. It's for...
But it's sad.
It is sad. I agree. Oh my God, I cried at that part. And stupid Rex, who, he made me mad, but then, I liked him, but...
Rex was rough.
Still, that part, he... the puppies get taken away and the fly's watching. She's very sad and he doesn't even comfort her. He just trots away. And then Babe goes up to her and he's like, can I call you mom? And then I put a little crying emoji.
I 100% cried a tear at that part.
Oh my God. It was so sweet.
On a lighter note, would you like to know my absolute favorite part of this whole movie?
Yes.
Was the no build-up, the no reason time when Babe just walks up and goes, la la la, and just starts singing la 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 for no reason. There's no reason to watch this pig sing along by himself.
Do you know what he ends up singing, though?
What?
Do you know what that song is he's singing?
No.
It's A Christmas Carol.
Oh, like fa la
because
la la la.
It's supposed to be Christmas time, yeah.
I just thought it was like, I just busted out laughing. I was like, what's happening? What was your favorite scene?
At that point, they remembered this was for children. So they were like, oh, yeah. Put the pig singing a song. It's fine. Also, another very obvious fact that this movie was for children was this pig and all of the pig actors, they wore toupees. They wore fake hair.
Ugh. Mind-blowing insight.
They had a little pig toupee. Little hair thing.
Okay, I did not like the hair thing.
Well, it's toupee, so I don't like that. I don't know.
Okay, wait, I don't know if you heard me. What is your favorite scene?
Sorry. I swear this won't be my answer for every movie, but it was the end.
Oh, well, because the big ta-da cheer.
I think, and more, if I'm going to be more specific, it was specifically the part where everybody's laughing at him. They already started the clock, and the wife is crying watching it on TV, and all the announcers are like, oh, this is so stupid. And the farmer's just standing there. He's got his poker face. He's not giving anything away. He's just like, whatever. Pig's gonna do what pig's gonna do. Am I right? And then they show the initial reaction where everybody, like, shuts up. And they even cut out the music, and it's quiet. And you just see the sheep walking so beautifully in these rows, and Babe is just kind of walking, and it's so quiet. The whole time it's quiet. And the most best on top of that was when you then are shown the TV screen that the wife is seeing, and the farmer's standing in the middle, and he's just kind of standing looking forward, and behind him, in full silence, you see the sheep just walking slowly behind him, and the pig just trots after him, and he don't say anything. It's just so awesome.
I wish people could see you mimicking your arms like a pig trot, because that is just, it's just really good.
These are my hooves.
It looks like you're like a Korean pop star or something.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
It was so good. So, I don't know.
You know what? This takes me to... I get that. That was uplifting. That was very... honestly, I wish I could do more research on, like, 90s movies, because that was very much a 90s movie thing. Like, oh, down to the wire. What's gonna happen? Victory! I feel like that was
for sure.
Every plot. But you started off this podcast with the most awkward scene of all time, and I believe James Cromwell is 6'7" as far as how tall he is.
Oh my God.
And that
something
random dancing scene when he was just dancing to the pig felt like a reach. A big giant reach.
Don't you talk bad about that dancing scene.
What? Like, do you feel like that would actually happen? Stop.
Maybe. Listen, the guy's alone. His wife is... I don't even know where the heck she went. She's like hands over some old ladies.
It was like a women's guild. It was so...
I don't know. It was...
And then I was
like... They were
like,
hanging in a hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait. So you're going off on this ladies' trip, and then you spend the whole time in a hotel with one room? Like, what's happening?
And she didn't even take her own car. They took a weird bus.
They took a weird school bus. That's how I remembered where they were going. It was like the back of the bus had like women's guild or something.
I don't know, but I love that part. It's so sweet. And again, it was him trying to cheer Babe up because he's like, I don't know, I gotta get this pig to eat something, so I'm gonna sing a little song. And maybe he heard Babe singing on Christmas and just kind of walked away because he doesn't talk much in the movie. So, I don't know. Maybe he knew all along all the animals could talk. He's just like, whatever, you get it.
Hold on, I'm gonna blow your mind right now.
I'm ready.
Wait for it. Oh. After this commercial break, hold on. We just have to get past this commercial break.
If you play the song, I'm gonna get up and start dancing. I'm getting up. Oh. I'm ready. Oh god, okay. He's not dancing yet, but I'm up and ready. Last for all time, then fill the night, deep in moonshine. Do you think this was an original song?
I have no idea. Oh, my computer died. What an awful time to die.
I can still hear you though.
Oh, thank God! All of my screens have just gone white.
Oh, I can still see you. I mean, you're frozen, but I can see and hear you.
You should keep singing the song. Can you do it? Can you keep singing?
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, am I singing?
You should sing, because my computer is not working.
Okay, I can't sing and jump around. That's a lot. Okay. Oh, I forget where it was. If I had words to make a day for you. I sing a little more country. I got a little more twang, I think. I'd build you something golden and new. Oh, I will make this day last for all time. And in the night, deep in moonshine.
Ooh, girl.
And then he starts papa-cha-pa-cha, papa-cha, cha-pa-cha-pa-cha-pa. Then it turns into the musical section. And it's so funny.
Oh,
it's so awesome.
I can't believe I forgot the biggest part. I really thought throughout the movie, the music was unbelievable.
Me too. It was so just always felt appropriate, you know?
Yes, the composer. I was like, this composer is unbelievable.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was like lighthearted, but it wasn't over the top. And, you know, the Singing Mice sang Blue Moon, so
random. That. So random. I have to say, even with my computer dying, I think that was most of my notes from the movie. Did we forget any crucial parts?
There is something I want to bring up to you.
Oh boy.
Because
let's discuss.
You know, I don't think we really talked about this much last time, but you and I, aside from being different ages, and obviously experiencing to some degree different things, in our lives, we have very different jobs. And I feel like because of that, we see things a little differently in some respects. Not always, but in some cases. So what I thought of as I was watching this movie was kind of the whole idea with, again, going back to the sheepdog and the sheep, their interaction. And more so looking at it from the way that the sheepdogs manage, you see where I'm going with this? The sheep. And it made me think of, so again, I am a psychologist, but you are in the business world. And I know in the business world, sometimes things are handled way differently than perhaps they would be from a compassionate, emotional lens, you know?
What are you calling me, an evil business person?
Absolutely not. I don't think you're that at all, but you're in that world. And I know you know what I'm talking about, because all I kept thinking about with that whole part was the whole argument, and it's still an argument I feel like that goes on different management styles. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, I did not go there at all, but I'm tracking. I'm following. Fascinating.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Well, so I do think that sheep is a metaphor, right? I looked at it like, stay in line, follow the crowd, do what we say, you know, sheep. It's a very, right, like the sheep mentality of people following, and you're all sheep. But I didn't think about business.
I guess I was thinking of it because there's that whole part where the sheepdog are kind of introducing Babe to how they are with the sheep. So it's the first time Babe is seeing, like, Fly, how she is with the sheep. And she's like, wow, you guys are amazing. Also, you yell a lot and you're really scary and I'm afraid. And, like, you know, but it worked. They were still able to herd the sheep and get it done. It's just they did it very aggressively. And then Babe is like, I want to try. And he tries to be, like, tough, and the sheep just like laugh at him, and then they kind of stop him, and they're like, why are you being rude? And he's like, don't I have to be rude? And they're like, no, just be nice, we'll do whatever you want. And then he's nice, and then they do it very nicely, and it just made me think of that whole, I guess, and I feel like it comes up more in business, where some people think the best way to be a boss or to be a manager or to be in charge of something is to basically tell people what to do and make them fear you.
Like authoritative.
Whereas another style would be, no, I'm going to like respect you, or I'm going to show you compassion, and that's going to get the job done.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Well,
I'm looking,
I'll look up some business terms, because I think you'll find this interesting. So there's autocratic. Oh wait, no, this isn't what I'm looking at. Hold on.
Autocratic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh.
Yeah, where is it? Oh man, see, this is what's wrong with business. There's like 1,000 different ways. But you're right, and honestly, I think again, this movie was ahead of its time. I think actually having a conversation with the sheep, respecting them, but it was, to be honest, the sheep were also at fault, because they would say, we have to talk very slow because sheepdogs are dumb. Mm-hmm. And isn't it funny that I saw it like that? I saw it like, oh, they're not communicating well because they are judging the other one, and as a result, nothing's getting through.
Yeah. But you're right. I mean, that's exactly what it was. It was kind of like, because both sides thought one way of each other, they were not working well. And then Babe's like, guys, get along. Jesus.
So did you like the hint of veganism, and do you at all in your heart of hearts think, you know what, I'm not going to have chicken tomorrow?
No.
Because the next morning, today I cooked breakfast, and I had like a little bit of a free morning, so I made Mose some breakfast too, James. And we cooked
James
pork.
Cromwell Mose.
We cooked pork, and I was like, it's Babe, I'm frying Babe. I felt so bad. I was like, I'm frying the pig.
I don't know. And again, like, I worked on farms, so I don't know. It doesn't hit me like that.
Ugh. So all in all, you still love it.
I do.
I was a little bored, but
okay.
you made me think of things a little differently. You saw things like more wholesome. Maybe I'm just like not wholesome. I am curious though on what Dad's quote was about the movie.
Okay, so here's the thing with Dad's quote, because I love this idea of ours, because one day it's gonna work out great, but I kind of got the same kind of reaction this time.
Oh God. So, all right, give me the play-by-play. What do you say?
So he basically, I was like, I have to interview you for this podcast, and he didn't know what I was talking about. He was just like, okay. And I asked, have you seen the movie Babe? He said, what? I said, Babe. It's with the pig. I said, oh, I don't know. That was years ago. I don't know. And I was like, oh, man, you're killing me, Smalls. And then immediately it turned into a transition to something unrelated that he wanted to talk about.
Did you record that?
Yes.
What was that about?
It was for Mother's Day. So.
Wait, is that it? Yeah. That was the big build-up that he just gave no answer?
All I got. So, you know what? Here on Sisters Who've Seen It, we're going to be creative, and we're going to get him in there somehow, because the listeners need to know that it's pretty hysterical, some of the stuff we hear. So, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe one episode we do like a dad movie, and then he'll actually be like engaged. I would love to get him on here.
Oh, for sure. It would. I'm telling you though, it would straight up have to be one of those
like Sharknado
movies.
7.
Yes, or like Anaconda.
Wait, we have to pick our next movie.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay, but listen, you picked it last time, so I got something for you.
Oh,
okay,
I can't wait.
Okay, So
let's do it.
We started off, I feel like we started off a little serious.
Oh, okay.
And it's Almost Famous is funny, but it's a little more
serious,
dramatic.
Definitely.
So I was thinking, because I know you love your rom-coms, and I know you have seen this movie. I actually don't know if you like this movie, but I know that you've seen it because we used to own it on VHS back in the day.
Oh, gosh.
We're going to go on back to the late 90s. We're going to go on back with a great cast of teenagers. We're about to watch 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, you're going to open up the floodgates. It might be a 4-hour podcast.
I can't handle that, but I'll try.
Wow. Great pick. What a fantastic pick.
Bridge,
a million points, Katie.
I'm excited. It is a good cast, though. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be good. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it, everybody.
If you did really good editing, you would finish it with the song. If I had her, golden and true. And then you just end it.
We could, but I think the best way to end this is very simple, Bridge. Are you ready? That'll do, Bridge. That'll do.
Oh, that'll do, Kate. That'll do.
All right. Good night.
Good night. I love you.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, and on our website at sisterswhoseenit.buzzsprout.com. Also, follow us on Instagram at Sisters Who Seen It, all spaced with underscores. See you next week.